A startling fact here about once a day a car hits a person walking or riding a bike in Charlotte.
Once a day. And the number of pedestrian crashes has doubled in just 3 years. And that's why the I-Team is about to show you actual footage of a car hitting a boy who darts into the street.
And a warning for you here. This footage is graphic and violent. You may not want to watch it, and you may not want your children to watch it.
But we do think that there's a good reason to show this and for you to listen carefully in the hopes of trying to stop some of these crashes.
News Channel 36 reporter Stuart Watson has this special report.
Cameras on a cat's bus captured the crash.
Oh, man.
A 15-year-old boy, Brendan, in a hurry.
I thought he was dead.
You see him sitting in the front seat of the number 13 Nevin Road bus, standing before the bus stops on Statesville Road, then running before he's hit. Incredibly, the crash didn't kill him. In fact, if you look closely, you see he stood up and collapsed in the far lane. But a truck was coming toward him. Then, amazingly, a medic supervisor arrived within seconds and stopped the truck.
I saw the truck coming, threw on my lights, and got in front of the patient.
David Brown has treated a lot of pedestrians in 27 years at Medic, but never before has he witnessed the crash.
When you see it, it's in slow motion, and you're just like, your mind's saying, am I really seeing what's happening here? He was hit on his left side, and he went up into the air, and then he came back down and landed on the windshield. I thought he was dead. He's extremely lucky. I'm glad to hear he's doing good.
Unfortunately, this happens quite frequently.
CMPD officer Mike DeZenzo was on scene minutes after the crash.
We're dealing with moving objects away into the thousands of pounds.
He says the video, however painful to watch, offers lessons.
Having a video, we watch this several times because even though we're out there every day taking these reports, we don't see the wreck.
The I-Team reviewed hundreds of these CATS bus videos. At first, we thought this was just a freak accident. But pedestrian crashes happen so often in Charlotte, and kids dart into the road so frequently, we found another very similar crash, also captured on tape.
This one is at night, but again, a child darts in front of the bus and gets hit by a pickup truck. In both crashes, the kids survived, but they're the lucky ones. In the last decade in North Carolina, cars killed almost 1,700 pedestrians. So what can be done?
Do not cross in front of a stopped bus.
CATS already plays an audio warning in English and Spanish.
No cruzarse al frente del bus parqueado.
And CMS starts early, teaching kids about traffic safety.
And then we're going to look both ways.
We're going to look where?
Both ways.
Buster the bus makes the rounds at CMS schools to warn kids to stop and look both ways.
Right.
The kids at Stony Creek Elementary are into it, but Buster's lesson to look both ways can be forgotten by middle and high school.
And honestly, 15-year-olds, that's a developmental situation at 15 where they don't make the best decisions.
Janice Williams of CMC's Center for Injury Prevention doesn't even call them accidents. She says accidents can't be prevented.
And in almost every one of these cases, we can prevent it with something, whether it be a behavior change, an engineering change, but they're not accidents, they're crashes.
Drivers know not to pass a stopped school bus. It means points on your license, fines, higher insurance rates. But drivers don't stop for CATS buses unless they have to.
We have to be visually more aware that, that there could be pedestrians in that area.
But are we?
No.
We hope these images make you more aware. So whether driving or walking, stop and look before someone else gets hurt.
Now, Brendan, the young man hit by the car, has had 2 surgeries, and he told me he not only walks now, he's playing a little neighborhood basketball. Met with him, but he didn't want to speak on camera, and we're choosing not to use his last name.
Boy, it's just so frightening to watch that as a parent, and I guess Brendan's still not where he was before this accident, though.
Well, no, I mean, and there's going to be lasting effects. Of course, he got it right on the hip. But the first thing I did was go home and talk to my 12 and 14-year-old.
Because those of us who have teenagers know sometimes they're in their own world, and they're right. Those lessons from elementary school, They have forgotten about that.
And distractions, the cell phones, the texting,
yes.
looking around.
And not just kids, adults too. I mean,
That's
I
true.
think we're all guilty of kind of walking across the street and not paying complete attention. So that's scary.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Stuart. Well,